So Sunderland take on the better of the two Bristols in Bristol City at Ashton Gate on Saturday at a 3 o'clock kick-off. Join us for a live stream. I'll be live at I'd say about 2:45 for that game. You've probably noticed Stephen's not here. He's put Lou Diaz in. He's absent yet again. He's sharp running out of them Lou Diaz, and I'll be start finding him soon if he carries this on. But keep an eye out in the rest of the video for his clip. Also, people who got the correct score, you shout out at the end. And if you want to get involved, leave a comment on this video what you think the score's going to be on Saturday. And if you get it right, we'll mention you in the next match preview. Bristol City supporters lost a fan. He was a legend fan of the club. And on the 75th minute, they've asked supporters if they can stand and applaud for the game. I've noticed Sunderland supporters tend to get involved with this either at home or away. So I can imagine Sunderland supporters will be doing the same. Right, Bristol City. Listen, this is going to be a hard game for Sunderland. I say it's going to be more harder than the Coventry game on Saturday. Obviously, it's an away game, which will benefit the home team. Bristol City, in their last game, they did get beat 2-1 against Hull, but they created some really good chances in that game, and Hull got a penalty and also a deflected goal, which, you know, as a supporter, you hate to see them things happen, but a deflected goal nonetheless gave Hull the 3 points what they obviously wanted. Like I say, Bristol City in that game created some really good chances, and they probably deserve to come away with something from that. Bristol City, listen, they're established championship club. They've been in the championship since 2015, so they're established. They have finished 8th in the time in the championship in years gone by. But in recent years, they have found themselves hovering near the bottom of the table. And moving on to the players, a one to watch for me, it's obvious he plays for Bristol City, he's fucking dynamite. It's Andy Wyman, the 30-year-old last season in a struggling Bristol City side, no disrespect, finished out on 22 goals. Not only that, he got 10 assists, which is outstanding. And without these goals, I think they would have been in the bottom 3, I'm not going to lie. I think they could have struggled and even ended up dropping back down into League One. They've done well to keep hold of him. He's an experienced striker, like I was saying. He's played for Aston Villa, Derby, that's where they signed him from. And he's also played for Wolves, not even Langegan as well. So we'll have to keep an eye on him. And obviously a lad called Semenyo and all, he's got 8 goals, I think 7 assists, something like that, which is really good from the midfield, and we've got to keep an eye on him and all.
Now, Bristol City have been in the Championship for a long, long time. They're established. Our old Guffey used to have them in Lee Johnson, as I'm sure you're all aware. Last season, they finished 17th, so they're in a bit of a relegation battle. They haven't spent pretty much anything over the summer for the start of this season. They've brought in a goalkeeper, 3 defenders and a centre midfielder. Most of them are loans, and the other one of them's a free transfer. But apart from that, so there must be another team that haven't got much of a budget, so therefore they're just getting in what they can when they can, strengthening the positions that they think they need to strengthen off last season. And defence seems to be the main position that they want to strengthen. A couple of players to watch from my eyes. Before the players, the manager, Nigel Pearson. We all know about Nigel Pearson, people who follow football. He's an angry, angry man. And if you've seen his first interview after his first game as Bristol City manager, he nearly got himself in trouble straight away. He's an aggressive manager who likes his team to play aggressive football. We've got a few players that are a bit hot-headed, or Nyan being one of them, but hopefully we'll be able to keep our cool and play our game and then deal with them on Saturday. Few players to watch out on, in my eyes, for Bristol City. You've got their striker, Andreas Wyman. He's been about for years now. He's 30-year-old. Last season he got 22 goals and he got 10 assists, which is a hell of a record, especially bear in mind where they finished in the league. I mean, he used to live in Middlesbrough, not Middlesbrough, I'm full of shit. Played for Villa, Derby County, and now he's applying his trade at Bristol City. He is their main man. If we can control him, we control Bristol City. It's as simple as that. Another player they've got in the forward lines is someone who we know quite well in Semenyo. We had him on loan from Bristol City when he was a lot younger. Last season he got 8 goals and he got 12 assists. He's very fast and he's very skillful. We know that. He's a one to watch out for. We know that. So, but I'm sure we'll have done our homework and we'll be prepared for them in any way they can. One other player that I'm going to mention is someone that we've dealt with quite a lot over the last few years because they've just signed from Oxford, and that's Mark Sykes. He's a good midfielder for Oxford. Very energetic, very good at creating things. Last season he got 8 goals and 5 assists from from midfield, which is quite a decent showing, if you will, for a player in League One. But them are the three main ones for me to watch. Not for me to watch, for them to watch.
Right, everybody, moving on to the boys. Sunderland. We drew with Coventry at home 1-1. Fair result. I'm not going to lie, fair result. The first 39 minutes of that game, though, you could say that Sunderland were a freshly promoted team with bags of confidence after winning at Wembley. You could say that we were moving the ball quick. The 40-odd thousand Sunderland supporters were cheering them on, helping them, being the 12th man that we were at that period of time, the 39 minutes. Listen, we got the goal. Excellent ball by Pritchard. Switch of play out wide to Gooch. Gooch, class control, brings it down. Sells a dummy to the fullback. Floats a beautiful ball in. Our Stewart said, and that who was arriving was Clark. Arriving at the back post and heads it in. And we took the lead 1-0. Sunderland fans were really good for large periods at that time, being the 12th man, 40-odd thousand inside the stadium and all. But then, listen, Coventry grew into the game. And I was thinking to myself, I'm glad that first half whistle blew. You've got the Panzo, who they've just signed, bringing the ball out the defence, Ney1 closing him down, and he hits a class ball. And that was a fingertip save by Patterson. Fingertip save by Patterson. And I was thinking to myself, I'm glad that whistle blew there, because they were just getting into the game. The second half started, right, and I was really annoyed. But what I kept telling myself was, we're a League One team. Yes, we've had 3 additions to the team. One being a defender who was just pushing into the first team in the Premier League, and we brought him in. Also, apart from Ballard, who was my man of the match, I'm going to say, for Coventry game. We're still a League One team. Like, on paper, we're still a League One team. And we are going to be coming up against teams. And on paper, we're going to be the underdogs. And that's what it was a little bit like. And I think they were just nervous. I think the Sunderland players were just a little bit nervous. And you've got to give them that little bit of leeway with being a League One team. And Coventry were just pressing and pressing. And you could see that goal coming, the equaliser. But do you know what it is? What annoyed me about the Sunderland players was they were just clearing the lines constantly. They were not looking for the clever pass. They were just booting it long. And our midfield will miss a very physical midfielder. And with my lineup, that's why I've brought in Mitetti. I'm going to give you a little insight to my lineup. Mitetti, 09, what was he digging for their goal? You know what I mean? Evans as well lost his man, and he was just allowed to carry his run on, and it was an excellent strike. But nonetheless, Sunderland, listen, you can't be just clearing the ball like that, like they were. There was a camera on Alex Neil throughout the full game, and they put it on Twitter, Sunderland Football Club, and he was fuming. Every time Sunderland got the ball, they were just clearing it upfield instead of looking for the correct pass. And that brings us on to Ross Stewart. He's so isolated. He's doing a lot of donkey work coming back and defending, which is alright because he did clear the lines a few times when the Coventry had set pieces, corners, free kicks, and that's another thing where we're giving away loads of silly free kicks. But that's on the referee's head for me, because the referee was diabolical. He's just came up from the League One, being promoted from League One to the Championship. The EFL want to send him back down because he was horrendous. He cared more about his hair than refereeing that game, and I couldn't understand some of the decisions he was making. There was a penalty. A lot of people said that it would have been harsh. Looking at it, maybe, but he did leave a hand out there. He's seen the cross. There was plenty of time for him to move his hand. He left it out there behind him. For me, I didn't know. I'll let you decide in the comment section below.
Right, Coventry game. Finally back in the Championship. Obviously, we're all hoping for big things. I think, as I said at the end of the video, I was a bit pissed off after the game. That's I just get a bit carried away and get passionate with it. But I think 1-1 was probably a fair result. In a way, we could have been quite lucky in the second half because Coventry battered us in the second half. We made it very easy for them. We were giving the ball away. We were passing it to them. We were being too relaxed, and we were just panicking. Like I said at the end of that, the match day vlog, we were just panicking. We were just kicking it anywhere, which isn't any good. And I think Alex Neil touched on it in his interview, saying that he probably didn't use the same words as me, but he said that, yes, it's the same, like giving the ball away unnecessary, which I do believe will be, dealt with as the season progresses. Speakman and Neil have both said that there's going to be several more signings coming in before the end of the window, which is good. I think it's clear to see we're lacking in certain positions, even if it's just cover. But I mean, there's a lot of people getting on everyone's back. We've had one game back in the Championship. We didn't get beat. It was against an established Championship team in Coventry, who have got some very good players, by the way. But we're back. Let's not get carried away straight away. We know there's new signings coming in. We know we need new signings. Let things happen. Wait and see what they're going to do. I'm one of the first ones to get stressed and carried away. I was fuming after the match because we threw away that win. But I was more angry with how Wade let it slip in the second half. It was just like, we had the lead in the second half, and then we came out and panicked because we were winning. But by the by, oh, Charlie, get away. Joys of caravan life. But by the by, that was a 1-1 finish. Still carrying on the league. Unbeaten run, if you will, for Alex Neil.
But looking at me lineup, this is my lineup. I'm going again for Patterson in goal. He's our number one. Made some outstanding saves against Coventry. In front of him, I'm going to have Ballard on the right side, like he was against Coventry. He was outstanding for me. He did put in a few harsh tackles, but listen, you can see the Championship quality that we've brought in Ballard, and I'm so glad we've signed him because he's solid at the back. Then Bart and obviously Sirkin on the left on the left hand side. I'm going to have Jack Clark. Got his goal, looked really good in spells. He showed some really good trickery, and that's just the type of player that we've bought, and hopefully we can see him progress in a Sunderland shirt, and with the opening day, getting his opening goal, he'd be bags of confidence going down to Ashton Gate. So I'd have Jack Clark. And then on the opposite side, Lyndon Gooch. I know a lot of people might say, they might be fuming at the fact, but listen, I'm going to have to put Gooch in. He got the assist. He did do well going forward, but like I've said in previous videos, going backwards, to be honest, against Coventry, he didn't do much wrong. He slipped. I'm just thinking about it. He did slip and the man got in, but it wasn't really his fault. He just, he slipped over. In the midfield, Evans, I cannot see Alex Neil dropping him. He didn't have the best of games against Coventry, I'm not going to lie, especially in the second half. But I'm going to bring in Matete. The reason being Matete, he's physical, he's strong. I know he's only a small lad, but he's really strong. He can jump really high, as me and Stevens alluded to in previous videos. And then further up, obviously, you've got Ellis Sims and Stewart. And I've been talking a lot about Ellis Sims and Stewart, being isolated. So do you then bring in Stewart and Sims? For me, that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to have Pritchard just behind them. I just hope he does go for the two. So if Stewart's coming back digging donkey work, you've got Ellis Sims as a target man. He's 6'3", he's not a small lad himself. He's carry fast as well, he's strong, and he can smash a ball from outside the box, as we've all seen. So for me, I would go with the two up top. Will he do that? I didn't know. Only time will tell.
Go for is Patterson in goal. And back three of Ballard, Bart and Sirkin. Then right wing back, Gooch. Now, before the season started, I said it's got to be Trey Hume, but Gooch played very well on Sunday, so therefore, for me, he's got to keep his start. So him on the right wing back, left wing back, Jack Clark. He was phenomenal on Sunday, popped up with a good goal, and he was always looking a threat against Coventry. Two holding midfielders, Evans and Matete. Now, I know he went for Evans and Neil against Coventry, but I just think Matete's got more physicality about him. He'll put himself about more. He'll win the ball back, and he always looks at releasing it to either the wingers, where Neil might try and dribble forward a bit. That's just the way I would say it. I'd have Pritchard and Roberts playing just behind Ross Stewart up front. I know he went with Pritchard and Embleton on Sunday. It worked quite well to a certain extent. I do believe Embleton lost the ball a few times. And I think Embleton, as he proved last season, sometimes he's got more of a threat coming off the bench. I would start. Roberts for me was looking lively all through pre-season in all the games he started. So I would start with Roberts and Pritchard with Stewart up front. And I'd like to see Sims come on. I'd like to see him come on, that would be a good thing. But I'd like to see him come on quite early on in the second half. Let him start finding his feet, and let's maybe start getting his goal scoring tally underway for Sunderland.
Right, with all that being said, everybody, my score prediction for Saturday, it's going to be a hard game. Listen, they're a good team. They've got some really good players. I'm going to go for a Sunderland 1-0 win away from home. Keep the clean sheet. Nick the goal, we'll win 1-0.
Score prediction for Bristol versus Sunderland. I'll probably surprise you when I say this because it's my most commonly said score prediction of last season, and I said it for Coventry. I think it's going to be Sunderland 3-1.
Right, everybody, we've got a target for Christmas. Me and Stephen are going to try and hit 6k subscribers. It might be a hard task, but I appreciate everybody who watches these videos and interacts in the comments and hits a thumbs up. All of that just helps the channel grow. So thank yous to everybody, and we'll be, like I said, we'll be doing a live stream on Saturday by myself. Stephen's on low days again, so I'll be by myself. Just come in on the chat, we'll have a little crack on, and obviously we'll be talking. I'll be commentating on the game as well. Right, everybody, the correct scores. Listen, Stephen's got a special shout out for somebody, and there's two young ones who's going to be giving score predictions on this video as well. That's another thing what we might add to this channel. Listen to this one, there's loads. Tom Varley, apologies if I've got it wrong. Christopher Bartley, Sean Swan, Daniel Fenwick, who I met after the match, nice to meet you, mate. Frank Morris, Paul McVeigh, Mel Lacey, David, Paul Weymouth, Ian Hardy, Mitch Rigg, Zach Wilkinson, Joseph Morris, Jackson Vintage, and Harley Jones. Jesus, that was a few shout outs there, wasn't there? And obviously Stephen's got a few more. Remember to comment your score prediction, you'll get a shout out in the next video, match preview, but it'll be a little bit better than the one I've just given you there.
Also, don't normally do this, but I was speaking to one of my very good mates who I served with in the army for 15 years, and although he's from Greater Manchester and he's Man U daft, his dad, Jerry the Berry Wright, is Mackham daft, and he loves the Sunderland Red and White Army. So big shout out to Jerry the Berry Wright. Hope you're enjoying our videos, because your son Craig says that you like to watch us, and I hope the Sunderland have a good season for you. And also, since we're up the caravan, we've got two young lads who actually watch us up here, who I bumped into yesterday. One of them was a ball boy on Sunday. So come on, lads, come on. Evan and Joel. All you got to do, get into it and see you. There we go. We've got little Evan here. He's Sunderland daft as well. Evan, what do you think the score's going to be on Saturday against Bristol?
I think it'll be a 1-1 draw like last week, and I think Stewart will score.
So you're full of optimism and you think we're going to draw again?
Yeah.
Brilliant, get away. Right, Joel, this is the lad who was ball boy on Sunday. What do you think the score's going to be?
I reckon 2-1 Sunderland.
And who's going to score?
Depends.
But obviously it depends, but who do you think's going to score? Who do you want to score?
Right, Gooch might.
Wait, no, I want to know who you want to score.
Nolly.
They all might. All of them might. Who do you think's going to score?
I don't know. Stuck with him.
Right, you get away. He's useless. Right, but he thinks it's going to be a 2-1 win, which is better than what little Evan said, okay? Sunderland, Bristol City versus Sunderland. Paul will be doing a live stream. Obviously, he's doing the first live stream of the season on his own, because I'm on my hollybobs up Costerdale, Walsingham by the reservoir. See you all in the next video. Hope Sunderland do it on Saturday. How are the lads? Catch us in a bit.